clunker is still trying to remove particles of flour from various nooks and niches and cracks and crannies. Hawk Enterprises have won. They now own the mill. Crinkle thinks that this sign is one of the saddest sights she has ever seen. She wonders what has happened to Saffron. Crinkle knows where she would like to stick this sign.
Your friend has left for the good of your health. I suggest you do the same. If you return here, you will be arrested.
Hawk Enterprises have won. They now own. Crinkle is now an old hand at lake navigation. Crinkle climbs the steep. What a relief! The Crinkle clambers up the bank and heads for the Mystic Grove. She sees a strange object lying on the ground. Crinkle cannot tell whether the object is a piece of wood, a lump of rock, or an animal's head. However, as it looks suitably mysterious and magical, she starts to repeat Flashny's incantation. I call upon the power of the Mystic Grove to transport me to the abode of the Lord of the Forest, the Green Man, the Guardian of the Greenwood. The words seem to have worked. Something very peculiar is happening. Crinkle finds herself magically transported to a location just outside the town of Forest View. The tent looks as if it has seen better days. Crinkle enters the tent and is surprised that she is not surprised at the appearance of the person sitting there.
Excuse me, sir. Are you Wibble?
Indeed I am he. You have done well to find me, Crinkle. I am sure there is much you wish to discuss with me. I will do my best to tell you all you want to know.
Why is your tent near Forest View?
I set up this booth in an attempt to bring some magic back into the lives of the townsfolk. All they are interested in is money and possessions.
They are blind to the natural beauty around them.
When you arrived here, you saw a wondrous spectacle in the sky as the day began to draw to a close. For them, the setting sun is nothing more than a signal to light their lamps. I had hoped that they would come to see me out of curiosity, and I could open their eyes to the wonders of nature. I think, however, that my time is wasted.
I know you are called Wibble, but who are you exactly?
I am everything, and I am nothing. I was born in the superstitious minds of the forest dwellers many thousands of years ago, and I live on in their imaginations.
Does that mean that you aren't real?
What is real? Is a rainbow real? Is a shadow real? I am like happiness and sadness, love and hate. I am a spirit. I exist in the mind. I am here as long as you believe in me.
Why are you known as Wibble?
I have had many names. Some know me as the Green Man, or the Jack in the Green, a being which is half tree and half human. In many old churches you will find my image carved in wood or stone. If you remember, I appeared to you as a face on a tree.
Of course, that was you. I should have known.
I am the Guardian. Since the beginning of time, or so it seems, I have cared for the land that you know as the Greenwood.
The Guardian is just one of my many names and physical forms. You also saw me in another of my guises.
Did I? I can't remember seeing. Unless you were that funny little green creature that kept popping up.
This one, perhaps? I'm glad I didn't frighten you while I was keeping an eye on you. You asked why I was called Wibble. It was a name that I chose for myself. It has a pleasant sort of sound to it, don't you think? What else can I tell you?
Why do you have 3 eyes?
I could tell you that my third eye provides me with psychic vision, or I could say that keeping my third eye open while I'm snoozing is very useful when talking to boring people, but to be perfectly honest with you, the third eye has no purpose beyond impressing visitors to my booth. Unfortunately, it hasn't impressed anyone yet, as the inhabitants of Forest View won't come near me. They probably think that I'm a charlatan.
Mr. E wanted me to tell you about Mindstone. He said that it is full of bad thoughts, and the clunkers have blocks of it inserted in their brains.
It was a sad day when Mr. E discovered the Mind Stone. Fear not, I think we may be able to do something about it. Now, let us talk about how we are going to try to save the Greenwood. One should always obey the laws of the land, even if those laws may seem to be completely wrong. I want you to approach the Forest View Town Council and explain to them why you are concerned about what is happening to the Greenwood. The town chambers are open this evening so that members of the public can talk to the councillors about any issues which concern them. As the members of the council have no time for me, my attendance would do more harm than good. Come back here afterwards and we can decide what to do next.
The blue downs are silhouetted against the evening sky. The blue downs are silhouetted against the evening sky. The town chambers is the building where the town council business is carried out. The street is paved with cobblestones. The town chambers.
Children are not really allowed in here, but as things are rather quiet this evening, I think we can allow you to stay. What is your name?
My name is Crinkle. I live in Rymer's Hatch.
Our open evenings are intended solely for residents of Forest View. What do my fellow councillors think? Oh, let the girls stay. We make the rules so we can break them if we want to. Now then, Crinkle, how can we assist you?
I'm concerned about the future of the Greenwood. In what way are you concerned? The forest is being destroyed and, before long, there will be nothing left of the Greenwood.
But it's only a forest. If you want to see trees, there are plenty of other places that you can visit.
The clunkers are forcing people to leave their homes.
Hawk Enterprises have assured us that anyone who willingly sells them their home receives generous payment.
That may be true, but those who don't want to sell their homes are forced to leave. They made Saffron leave her mill. Well, Crinkle, it's been extremely useful hearing your points of view, but I'm afraid that it's getting rather late. Bye for now.
The tent looks as if it has seen better days.
Wibble, that was a complete waste of time. Those people are so stupid.
Now let me guess why you are so annoyed, Crinkle. Firstly, the councillors patronised you because you are a child, and secondly, they were not interested in saving the Greenwood.
I don't wish to be rude, but if you knew what would happen, why did you send me?
I told you that the law has to be obeyed. I wanted you to try the official approach first. I also wanted you to discover for yourself the attitude of those who hold power.
Does that mean that we have to become terrorists now and make bombs and attack Hawk's factories at night?
Crinkle, I hope you don't find that idea attractive. No, there are other ways we can go about things.
What do you have in mind?
I want you to go back to the town chambers.
What? I don't want to talk to those silly people again. Besides, they will have gone home by now.
Remember that I have some powers which are denied to mortals. I am going to perform 2 little tricks. First of all, I will drag time backwards a little to the point where the councillors have yet to see you.
But how will that help? They will still treat me as a little girl.
And secondly, being a master of metamorphosis, I am going to change your appearance.
Really? Well, I'd quite like a different nose, smaller teeth, and if you could make me a bit taller...
There. I'm afraid I don't have a mirror, but I can promise you that you look just a little different. Off you go. Let's see how the council treat you this time.
Good evening, madam. Allow me to introduce ourselves. I am Greenwood, and these are my colleagues, Steeler Mercy, Jalapilero, and Hasna Clue.
I am Lady Hobbs Grantley. I am visiting the area with a view to purchasing a property. It will, of course, be of substantial proportions with an extensive area of land.
I am confident, your ladyship, that you will find many large houses and mansions worthy of inspection in these parts.
I am sure you are correct in your supposition. However, I have some grave concerns about moving to this area at all.
Concerns, your ladyship? May we be so bold as to inquire about the nature of these concerns?
Firstly, it is essential that my home has extensive views of unspoilt countryside.
And how is that a problem?
Having seen the industrial development which is taking place, I am worried that any property which I purchase may suddenly become surrounded by factories.
Oh yes, you are of course referring to the Greenwood. Well, we can't stop progress. The mines and factories provide much needed jobs for local people.
Really? That is not what I have heard. I was under the impression that local people have been forced to leave the area.
No, I'm sure you are misinformed. 1 or 2 people may have a grudge against Hawk Enterprises, but by and large, we are all most pleased with the benefits which Hawk have brought.